Hey, what's up guys, my name is Nuclear Peanut and in this video we will learn some of the best KO lineups for the map Haven. As you all know, KO is the new agent for this new episode and he sort of acts like an EMP agent who disables all the enemy utilities in a particular site. So I figured let's just make one guide for one map and then we'll see how it goes for the other map. So if you like this video, if you found this video helpful, please drop a like and maybe some useful comment about which map you want me to make a guide of KO on. And if you do really enjoy the content out, please drop a sub, as I'm trying to make more Valorant content out there, more tips and tricks, more highlight videos of my streams. We're very close to hitting 3k subscribers. Help the channel grow and support a small streamer like me. Two things to keep in mind or noted when you're playing KO is that KO's 0 point or this knife ability is exactly like the Sova's true bar of shock dart or recon, and his fragment ability is exactly a 1 bar of Sova's recon or shock dart for the left click. Right click is a bit different, it just falls instantly, so I don't know how much charge it is. I think the right click is just a single tap. So when you're playing KO, you can literally use Sova's lineups for 1 bar and 2 bar for each maps with all the hard lineups. So KO's lineups are applicable for Sova's lineups as well, if you know what I mean. So for the first KO knife point or 0 point ability is for this part. The knife land exactly on top of this box, which will disable all the utilities on this A side, so your teammates can push up the side easily. You have to throw this lineup when your teammates have pushed up short and A long, and it is exactly like Sova's double shock dart lineup for back of side. So you have to jump into this corner, you have to aim a bit higher than this dark patch. You see this dark patch, which will appear to you no matter what your graphic settings are. Mine is everything is low, so you have to aim a bit higher so that it actually lands on top of the box, which will roughly aim around this part and shoot it, and this will land around either on top of this or back side. As you can see, this will disable all the utilities, even this one tiny pixel, it will disable that as well. So you can freely take that side and without any trouble. For the default plant in A side, you can throw a fragment to hold the diffuse from either these boxes. You have to hug into this whole wall, and then you have to aim so that your crosshair is roughly at the center of this 2 texture area. So you have to aim roughly at the center and just tap it. This will land around this spot, which can do a lot of damage, but you have to improvise if you have planted a bit to the left or to the right. There's also another lineup from far away from here, which is the usual Sova lineup spot for this, but you have to crouch and you have to aim so that your mouse HUD line for the fragment, you see this small triangle, it's roughly at the touching this rooftop. So this will look something like this. You have to crouch and just tap it. This will also land over this default area, which will do a lot of damage. So you have to keep improvising. Like if the plant is a bit to the right, usually people don't plant for default anymore because there's a Sova who's already guarding the site with this lineup. So you have to improvise. But if you do plant for default, this is the usual lineup for A site. Now, as a defender who's trying to prevent the plant when the enemies are trying to plant it, it's simple. You have to come into this corner and you have to aim such that your fragment HUD, the green HUD line for the C ability, is touching the edge of this dark roof. This is like a 1 bar Sova shock dart, and you have to throw it when you see enemies over this spot in minimap, and if you know they have just pushed aside, you just tap it and this will land around default, which will hold the plant for some time so that your team can attack. Another common spots people like to plant is over this boxes. You see this boxes. So you can also throw fragment grenade on this box if you hear the audio cue, but I'm sure it would be pretty much late, but it's just a lineup, it's good to know. So for that lineup, you have to come into this box and you have to aim, you have to keep your crosshair at the edge of this roof tip, which is here, and just do a simple left click. This will land at this area, which will do a lot of damage to the guy who's trying to plant, because he's almost in the center of the radius. For retaking A site, there is one lineup like same as Phoenix to clear out this graffiti area. From the same boxes, you have to come into these boxes and you have to aim at the edge of this leaf. You see this leaf that is standing out a bit high to the right. You have to aim at the tip of this leaf and just do a simple left click, and this fragment would land exactly in this graffiti area, and it will do a lot of damage, and you can just simply catch him off guard moving into cover. A Killjoy anti-fragment grenade when you're defending A side and the Killjoy has ulted from A shot. You can do a very simple bounce fragment grenade from over this boxes without even having to peek. You have to look for this dark patch over this box. It would be pretty much standing out, and you have to do a simple run, and not that of a run, just simple walk forward and a left click, which will land exactly in this cubby, and it will break the Killjoy ultimate and damage the Killjoy as well. And when you have planted for this boxes as an attacker in A side, there is a lineup from this far box, far wood line near this chest. You have to hug into this wood line, your wooden frame, and to simply aim at the tip of this roof. You see this roof of A heaven. You have to simply aim and do a simple left click, and this will land exactly on the spike, and it will prevent him from defusing. A KO lineup for moving out the Oppo from A heaven is from this sandbags. You have to throw fragment by doing a simple run throw, aim at the tip of this roof, just do a simple run and left click. This will land exactly inside the towers, and it will prevent him from peeking. Shout out to Beastie Plays, because I found this lineup from his channel. Now, if you think you don't have much time to just go back, sit back for lineups, adjust your HUD line or whatever, you can just simply come into this corner. You can aim at the edge of this shadow or whatever and do a simple run and left click, which will bounce off and hit the default plant like this. It will also do a lot of damage. It's just basic trigonometry, and if you played SOA, you might know all this trigonometry lineups. Now, if you guys have planted the spike in this default area, you can do a very simple run through lineup from this flower pot boxes or flower pot area. You have to aim at the center of this huge bars, like the third bar, and you have to do a simple W and a left click combo. This will land exactly into this spot, and this will do a lot of damage if the enemy is hugged into the corner and is trying to defuse. So the grenade, which will damage the diffusers if you have planted on this spot or this spot, which will land right exactly on this sheet of whatever that thing is, foil, is from this area in which you have to jump above this garden, and you have to aim such that there's this dark patch, and you have to aim yourself, hug into this leaf exactly at the center of it, and then you have to aim at the mid chamber or this balcony, and you have to aim such that you have your top part of your crosshair fits right into this ledge. See, like this. This is the first, second, third, fourth bar, and you have to aim after the fourth bar roughly around this area. Keep your crosshair right inside this thing and do a simple run and throw. This will bounce off this box and it will land over here, which will do a lot of damage to the guy who's defusing from here and from here as well. So if the spike is planted for this default box, not the default but out in the open, you can do a very good run throw molly grenade or fragment from our spawn. So you have to line yourself such that this part of the spawn wall is not visible to you anymore, and then you have to aim at the top of this golden bell. You have to aim at this dark spot, and you have to press W for 1 second, not even one, just 0.5 seconds, and do a left click. If you press W more than for a longer period of time, your grenade will literally land on top of this roof, which is not what you want in a clutch situation. So you have to aim around this and do 1 millisecond or 0.5 seconds of W key and then left click, something like this, which will land right on the spike, and it will do a lot of damage for the diffuser. Now for C side, there are not much good 0-point knife lineups, but there is just one default one. Either you can just run and throw into this corner, I mean this corner of this box, which will disable all the utilities, or you can do a very good lineup from this leaf area. You have to aim around the tip of this U-leaf, whatever you call it, and just do a simple left click, which will land right on top of this boxes, which will disable almost anything except this corner. You know, if the player is from playing in this corner, it won't die, you disable him, so you have to clear this angle. And also if the player has moved from this corner, so it won't disable him. Otherwise this will pretty much disable all the utilities if the players are playing over here, or even backside. And also it won't clear this area, so keep in mind of that. Now a KO lineup for the default plant, which is right here in C side, is from this C long area, from the same spot. You can do a very good simple left click by aiming, keeping a crosshair at a bit to the left of this V bar or whatever you call it, something like this, and then do a simple left click, which will land right inside the default boxes. This will do a lot of damage to the guy who's trying to defuse it. If the spike is planted for this long area, you can do a simple throw from this this box, I mean this corner in C long. You have to aim such that your flash point, I mean 0-point HUD, is is exactly in line with the shadow of this bar or wood bar, wooden frame, whatever, like this. So this will look something like this, and your crosshair would be around the yeah. So where were we again? If you plant it for the C long area, you can do a very good KO grenade from this spot. You can line your 0-point HUD bar or whatever HUD icon from this shadow that is caused by this wooden frame, so which will look something like this. And you have to do a very simple left click, which will land right on this spot, which will do a lot of damage to the guy who's diffusing. Now if you've planted for the C long plant, and if you're the only one alive, then you can do a very good throw without even having to peek. Like suppose there's an opper who's holding the angle, you cannot throw from peeking, so you can throw a very good run and throw fragment from this corner. You have to aim at the height of this corner of this dark bar, whatever that is, and move a bit to the left, and then do a simple run left click, which will bounce off the back of the ball and then hit the spike. So that's it for this video, guys. I tried to put up all my best known KO lineups for a knife point, I mean the 0-point and the fragment grenade. And if you did find this video helpful, and if you feel like you've learned something new, please hit the like button and subscribe. Comment below which map you want me to make a video, and I will definitely make that video in the next 2 days, and I'll post it soon. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're stuck till the end, please subscribe. Help the channel reach 3,000 subscribers, because it's hard, man. Making content is hard. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.